We have indeed on the bridge of the Nova Rush, klaxons going off. I think the red emergency lights. You can see like the consoles are all lit up. The holographic display in the back here is showing like enemy ship warning, and shields are raised. Captain Concierge is looking around at you all. He's like, "Oh my gosh, it looks like evil space pirates are right on our tail, everybody. They must have been following, waiting for Phaedra Firestorm to take over our ship, but now they know that we probably killed her. They want revenge. These pirates want revenge. Everyone needs to get to battle stations or we're all gonna die." I mean, you guys will die. I'll probably be fine. I don't think they'll erase me. I have commercial value.
Well, not to be. Technically, we all have commercial value.
All right.
in the right markets.
Yeah, I actually, Lacardis will write a code that erases the ship's AI if I don't log in every 5 days. Once every 5 days.
Can we try? I mean, do we know that they're actively trying to look for that former captain?
No, I mean, this could be completely unrelated pirates that have run up on you, but we are in starship-ish combat here, in the fact that we will.
Can we pretend to be the pirates?
But do you want to get on comms and make some kind of performance check or deception?
Yeah, why not? That can be fun, right?
Yeah.
Do pirates not attack other pirates? I'm pretty sure pirates attack pirates all the time.
my idea is that they thought that, I mean, based
Pirates
off of
code.
what our little skitter
Yeah, see, he already sounds like a pirate.
says,
Arr, arr.
I feel like maybe if they knew that, what was it, Captain Deadless? Is that what you said?
Phaedra Firestorm.
Whatever. Phaedra Firestorm.
You asked. What do you mean, whatever?
Someone answered as if it was like a stupid question, and I was responding to that. If they were possibly expecting Phaedra Firestorm to have taken over the ship, they might be like in cahoots, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you want to do? You popping into the captain's chair? Mike?
Yeah.
And getting on comms? Go right ahead. Captain Concierge will obey. All right, I'll beam out whatever you want to say, but be warned, they're probably ready for anything you throw at them. Dangerous pirates.
Throw up my OnlyFans link. See if they're ready for that. All right, so if our little skitter friend is going to be kind of filtering the information, is it possible that he could manipulate Heath Iron's voice to sound like Captain Firestorm?
Can he? That'd be part of like a performance check, but I think he might also have to do deception. Perhaps.
Yeah, I'll roll deception. I just was wondering if that's a possible. It's an 18.
Pretty good. Why don't what are you gonna say over comps?
This is Captain Firestorm. What do you want?
Make me a deception check.
I just did.
Honestly, it sounds just like when Patrick did the voice a couple weeks ago. I don't
make
hear
me a
any
performance
difference.
check.
Oh, performance check? Oh,
yeah.
No. 20.
Yeah, so there is, unfortunately, no response, but Captain Concierge digitally pats you on the back and is like, "Hey, Thalia, that was really good. I think, maybe it's possible they don't know who Firestorm is. I could have made that up, but if they hadn't, I think they probably would have just gone away because you did such a good job, bud. But now we're probably going to die again. We're back to the dying part. Sorry."
You get like a roleplay cookie.
Yeah, here's a cookie. It's digital. It disappears as soon as he lets go of it.
But it did save his login information for the website.
He thought he was kind of like, sits in the chair with the grumpiest cat look on his face, and then it's just like, all right, let's in positions, everyone.
We need someone to try and overclock our ship, and perhaps get our displays boosted, boost our systems beyond, give the ship an old kick in the guts. Is anyone here an engineer? Is anyone trained with tools and things like that? Can overclock our systems?
No.
Don't everybody speak at once.
For once, it's not me. So,
anybody have crafting as a skill?
Oh,
I do have crafting.
Ulithal. Why don't you go ahead and do you want to make a check?
Trying to.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're trained, go right ahead.
The shields might not go up, but the ship will look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
14.
good. The ship has RGB colors, but
Oh, buddy, that you did a real good job. I don't think it'll probably take another 20 minutes for that line of code that you just put in to take effect. But you and Hathayun, you're doing okay. Oh, geez, Louise.
We're going to need to dial it down on the, if you don't mind, on the
back padding.
Yeah, the morale boosters.
I'm trying to be,
and we could not appreciate it more, but
trying to help out,
trying to concentrate. So unless you have some active advice that can help us facilitate this situation that we find ourselves in a little smoother, let us handle it.
Well, the problem solving you guys showed with Captain Firestorm seemed to work pretty well with the swords and guns and all those things that you had. Does someone want to try an opening salvo, shoot back at this pirate ship?
Yes, let's shoot a sword at him.
Yeah, well, probably just the ship's armaments, but yeah. Anybody want to make an attack?
Yeah, I'll make an attack.
Just a ranged strike.
Oh yeah.
There's both missile launcher and machine guns.
All right. Let's see here. Ranged attack. Let's see. I'll
make it so.
And you're gonna have to use the force on this one. You have to get like the sound effect. Oh no, Bert.
I have a -1 to my dexterity because
why did you take the shot?
I'm literally blind. Also,
hey, he's got to believe in himself. Miles, he's got to believe.
Zeldin, why have you turned off your targeting computer?
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. No, I can't. I'm not allowed to positive. Captain Hathayun said I'm not allowed to positively reinforce you. So, on to the next.
There we go.
Does anybody want to supercharge the shields? Maybe magically boost them so we can take a few shots.
Am I allowed to do?
I was feeling really good about this party until this moment.
Oh yeah, we don't have any skills. This is hilarious.
Yeah, that was one thing we all discussed. Is our ship stuff is Zeldin do.
It's not good. Not ideal.
Me am Captain Concierge. I'm slipping into Jar Jar mode. We's gonna die. Oh no, my code is getting corrupted because of how close to death you all are.
So you said magically. Is there a different role I can make to boost these shields?
Yeah, there'll be basically any of the magical skills. This would be something the magic officer could do.
All right, so let's roll Arcana.
Want help? Can I help?
Sure.
All right.
I love helping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
You've been helped.
A 21 and an 18.
The shields are indeed supercharged. You see, like the altimeter for specifically the back shields, like go all the way to 100% and keep there. What about piloting maneuvers? Does anybody want to attempt a piloting check?
Yeah, I want to do a barrel roll.
Yeah.
That's what all the cool people do, are barrel rolls. Yeah, 15. I'm barrel rolling.
Yeah, I think that'd be probably an advanced risky stunt, but you're able to, pretty slowly roll the ship out of position. Captain Concierge goes over to you, Tavra, and it's like, What are you gonna do on the ship, milady? What role will you fill on this fantastic crew?
Please don't call me that.
Sorry, your lady.
Tavra can do two things well. One is Well, I guess she can do diplomacy and intimidation.
I thought you were going to say fight and chew bubblegum, and she's all out of bubblegum.
I've been
Great
watching.
thing to say, but I'm not that clever.
I've been watching too much AEW, Miles. I was thinking of Tony Storm. There's two things we do well.
Chin up.
You got a full bab. You can shoot, right?
Yeah, do you want-
I have no dex, but I can try. I'm very good at athletics, though. So if anybody needs a door pulled open, yell at me. But
Captain Concierge he's like, follow me. There's a door over here.
All right,
Goes to your-
so when we're
goes to your
remaking our
door.
cast after we all die in this ship combat, who wants to play what? Are we going to do another draft, or is this going to be a...
Captain Concierge is at your quarters door. He's like, Tavra, your door's shut. Get over here and muscle it open.
all right, can I try to shoot?
Sure.
Would that be a useful thing to do? Can I do it while being intimidating about it? Like, can I taunt them a little with the gun before actually taking the shot or something?
Yeah, that would be something that like a captain action, an intimidation display. So if you wanted to do intimidate with a fire with a salvo, you can.
Okay. What do you want me to do? Roll intimidation?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's terrible. That's a natural one.
Oh no.
Going in the crit fail.
Wait. Do you get do you get the crit fail thing for?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that you get frightened yourself.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, I can also pull up the critical fumble deck from Paizo and tell
I
you
mean,
what
it's
the
not an attack. It's just a skill roll. But
you're using the guns on the ship. Yeah, you fire like the front facing guns instead of the back, and like you just like speed into the bullets.
oh my god.
they lose speed and you hit all the front shields. This was the critical fumble was backfire. You hit yourself instead of the target. Oh no!
I should have just opened that door, y'all. Like that would have been the safe option.
Well, to be fair, had you done that, you would have rolled a 1 on opening a door, which would have...
That would have been really embarrassing.
That's, more mental damage than the physical
Yeah.
damage you might just, receive. And nobody saw you do this. We'll just say that.
I think people can probably feel the ship taking the damage, but
Yeah, Captain Concierge comes over and like deactivates the gun controls in front of you. He's like, okay, this has gone a bit too far. Actually, all the klaxons turn off and all the warning messages on the computers go silent. It's like, sorry guys, I was programmed to do a rehearsal attack and see how you guys were coming together as a crew as soon as we left Star Citadel Theodrain. I didn't want this to get serious, but you've damaged our ship with that salvo, and I think maybe we should just chance it, see what happens when we get out there in the universe. I'm gonna spend some time trying to repair the shields, and we're technically still alive, so you got that going for you, but we got a lot of work to do over the next couple of days, heading out to the other side of the drift, and we'll talk about all your roles and stuff over the next few days. I'm gonna turn myself off for a little while, and if you hear the computers creaking, it is not me crying.
I'm going to get them in. I'm going to try to sight them again, and I fire the weapons one more time.
No, got young. They're not there.
They're over there.
Them up.
No. Yeah, now you're just trying to make fun of the blind guy. You're just trying to make me feel better. That's
Make the attack roll. I dare you.
Do it.
Here it is.
It's captain's orders.
Captain's orders, you say.
It's the 12 again.
Did I get him?
You got him.
You got him, bud.
Zeldin.
I mean, they will nay bother anyone again.
Thanks, guys. We did it. We worked great as a team.
It was so convenient that the enemy vessel was made out of paper mache and dreams. It went down so easily.
No, but I mean, he is known as Captain Concierge for a reason. He's digital AI model, and if you want to rely on him to give you guys orders, you can. But you can also pick if you want Hetheun to be captain, make decisions. You can if you want to rule via ship vote. It's always an option. What do you guys think for the Nova Rush?
For what?
But, making decisions, handing out roles.
Voting for captain.
You put in charge whoever
yeah.
you want. When you want a real-answer, come to find me. And
I like Thayun as a captain.
I think Thayun wants to be the captain.
Okay. All right. Well, Thayun, your first decision to make as captain is we have cleared the immediate space around Star Citadel Theodrain, and we have to make the decision on how to get out there to the diaspora. We can take conventional means. We can cut across a whole bunch of empty space over traditional engines, or we can activate the ship's drift engines and potentially shave some time off of our journey. Just
Captain, I have information.
oh,
By all means.
I actually majored in drift travel. Crazy. So, like, one of the things that I excel at, of all the things I excel at, this one I can really vouch for. Really good going through the drift.
I am particularly fond of the drift myself, so I am inclined to agree with you.
as you say that, Thayun, there's a ghostly hand on your shoulder as you see what looks like a diamond cut out of reality, just like a figure, a shape behind you, vaguely humanoid, that kind of shakes its head as you say that. Just no.
Not right now.
You do know that as someone with prismany energy about you, you have a supernatural sense while in drift travel, but also have a chance of triggering an episode, having a kind of a melting, if you will. Every time you head into the drift, you can open kind of what feels like this kinesthetic door in your mind to where you can, I wouldn't say as bad as like the sickened condition, but you can nauseate yourself certainly with tasting sounds and hearing colors and
Coughing hairballs.
yeah. So it might throw you off your game a little bit,
Okay.
but it's up to you if you want to influence it one day or the other. For this short of a journey, you would be saving at most like 2 days of travel time. It will take 1d6 plus 2 days with normal engines. So
Yeah, I think Thayun is gonna to risk it, because while he knows the possibilities, he also knows that he often feels at home in the drift. So it's kind of a give and take there, and he also having someone else who is very familiar with drifting does help.
okay, it sounded like Lacardis Tyler wanted to take up the pilot position. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, he
And you
sits
have
down and he's
some-
like, "Oh man, this is great. It's always fun to get behind the console of a real ship. I've got like 10 years in the latest flight simulator sims, so probably like my third time doing in a real one, but hey, looks familiar."
Right. So what skill do you think you would use for plotting a course in the navcom through the drift? And once again, just for a reminder for our audience, this is our kind of hyperdrive for the Starfinder universe, and it is you just punching a hole into this other dimension, the drift dimension, and shortcutting all across the universe. And it is a universe kind of devoid of space-time, so you're able to actually, travel faster than light by the way of portals. It's all about portals. Everything you got to think with portals.
Well, Patrick, I guess that would depend a little bit on how the DC works. So Cardis has piloting at
that'd be
plus
pretty
6, but they also have drift lore, and that one piloting is dex based. That's why.
Yes.
So drift lore is plus 5. So it's one less, but I'm not sure if the DC for navigating the drift is lower for piloting or if it is lower for drift lore, or
Yeah, why don't you give us a drift lore check? Because oftentimes those
18.
skills will be a little easier. Indeed, if you have a specific lore, usually specificity is better than kind of like a more general skill. Not always, but sometimes.
Yeah.
That is a success. It is fairly easily kind of mapped out, like entry and exit points in the PACT systems. That being said, it is still random. So as you guys sit down to punch into the drift, you can feed these coordinates into Captain Concierge, and as the engine comes online, the stars in the viewport at the front of the ship melt away before going completely black, and you see what looks like a crackling maw of radiation opening, kind of indeed a portal through space-time, giving off waves of purple and green clouds that, as you travel into them, mark the boundary between the normal universe and the dimension of the drift. Over the last few years since the drift crisis, it has become somewhat of a more volatile, a less easy to navigate space. Older Navcom systems, indeed the Nova Rush is slightly older, do require that either people with connections, magical connections, kind of help recalibrate the planned trips to travel, or indeed, have some kind of magical or metaphysical connection, as indeed during the drift crisis, the goddess Triune intervened and helped to give her gift to keep the universe alive, keep drift travel alive. That being said, who wants to roll a d6, see how long this trip takes you guys?
How about the pilot?
I'm on it.
A d6. Okay.
2 days.
Yeah, pretty much. So is d6 plus 2, but is 2 days less with the drift engines. So that's good news and bad news. The good news is you should be there very shortly. The bad news is I was going to use this time to introduce downtime activities to the gang. And that's what I want to talk about real quick, because it will come up a few times in this campaign when you're space traveling, or when you're just waiting for a job, perhaps. When you're doing starship travel, or any travel, even if you're like galumphing through the forests of the forest moon of a planet, most of the time it will assume that you are doing your ship duties or your travel duties for about 8 hours in the day, 1/3 of the day. You will need 8 hours of rest or sleep, eating, sleeping, that kind of thing. And then most days you'll have 8 hours of free time, also known as downtime. So lots of things you can do in that time. I have a couple of stuff. There is in Pathfinder a whole bunch of things that are listed as downtime. There are some Starfinder specific ones in the player's guide as well. Cool. Some of them are very, very similar. You can spend that time, probably the most famous is earning income, doing side tasks with various skills. Oftentimes you can also just craft items. Crafting, like, say, weapons or something like that, are things that you can either sell or you can use yourself. And it's a very similar system. But there's a whole bunch of other ones on this list. For Starfinder, there's specific action called Search the Infosphere. And that's really just scrolling on your phone looking for information, but also indeed using computers to seek out info. What's another fun one? Downtime Secret Action Gossip is a diplomacy check to seek out rumors about, say, where you're going, what you're looking for. If you're about to infiltrate a gang leader's seedy underbelly of a city, you can get some dirt with talking to people. And then some of the Pathfinder ones, very similar. They have crafting as well. They have earn income. You can break down items for the base elements. I think Deconstruct does that. But yeah, pretty similar. There were more kind of fun, silly options in Starfinder First Edition, but if you guys have things that aren't on this list that you would like to do, most of them require, over a course of like a number of days, a single skill check to see kind of how well you do at said downtime activity. And you don't have to do anything productive. You can also Does any of your characters just watch TV or relax? That's also an option.
Nah, I got that hustle on.
Hashtag hustle life.
I'm sharing that hot goss.
It's not a lot, but 2 days you have maybe a little bit more as you come in and out of the drift. Is there anything we can do this as we go through this episode? But anything that jumps out as something you think your character would do? Do they have any side hustles? Do your characters do stuff besides adventure?
Lacardis is an intermediate file corruption computer engineer. So he works on recovering corrupted data files that are sent from outside the PACT worlds that through whatever means get damaged or they get noise. And so you'll see him in his room or maybe at the pilot's chair, and he's got a big kind of holographic display up which shows different aspects of and properties of the files as he tries to use computers to fix them or recover them as best they be, and then transcribe whatever their contents were and send them back. And it's kind of he just does it as a freelance thing.
Yeah, not a lot of money in that, but you can, I believe, allow for these kind of simple jobs that you're taking, set your own difficulty, the task level of your
sweet
of your job, and you can usually do up to kind of a one level above your level in difficulty. So for earning income specifically, you can take a task level 0, 1, or 2. The DC is starts at 14 and then basically goes up 1 every level. Sometimes it jumps 2, but then you earn basically credits based on if you succeed or fail at those rolls. Yeah. If you take the lower roll, you always have the chance of critically succeeding at this task, which earns you the higher task level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you do a level 1 and you critically succeed, you would get the level 2 rewards. So if you're looking at this, do you want to choose 0, 1, or 2? We can do a quick example.
Yeah, we'll do 1.
Okay, make me computers check. Okay, that's a big failure, Rooney.
Can I use a hero point to reroll that?
No, I'm not going to allow you to do that. A failure on a level 1 is you earn in 8 hours. Get ready write this down, Tyler.
Hold on. I got to get to the inventory page.
Yeah.
And all right, I'm there. How much am I adding?
You earn 1 credit.
Woo!
Oh my god, you guys are going to be rich.
Don't spend that all in one place.
Rich. Yeah, unfortunately, not a success. So yeah, pretty frustrated after.
I'm almost out of debt from buying that auto grappler. I had to actually take a loan.
It was 800 credits. It's going to be years. Why don't you go ahead and make the second one just for funsies here?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's. Hey, 10 on the dice.
Okay.
15.
Well, you've doubled up because a success when you're trained is 2 credits. So.
Oh, yeah,
Worth it.
We're in it.
We're making 10 credits a week here.
I can buy a single piece of jerky, space jerky.
Gosh, what can you buy for a couple credits? A lot. Yeah, so we'll talk more about downtime. I don't want to put everyone on the spot right now.
I have something.
Oh yeah, what do you want to do?
So Tavra, this is maybe one of the first times that she's been this far away from the Viscarium. She's been pretty sheltered in the Viscarium for all of her life. So I think that she's probably feeling a little bit ill from going through drift travel. That's probably not something that she is used to doing. But I think that she would spend some time on the infosphere, and being this far from home, as much as she hates social media and holds some resentment toward her family, morbid curiosity perhaps gets the better of her, and she tries to look them up on Facebook or something.
Yeah, and I feel like the ship would have a good buffer for the infosphere, the last station that you guys were at with Absalom Station. You won't be able to access it while in the drift. You're not close to anything that can where you can communicate, but you can. it's like you don't have an internet connection, but you saved all these pages.
You can see the cached stuff.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
So, you want to look up some folk?
Yeah, I think she'd start with her dad. Dad probably doesn't post a whole lot, but just seeing his face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think she has a very complicated relationship with her father, but perhaps grounds her a little bit being out here in the drift. And then, of course, looks up both of her brothers in the hopes of perhaps finding out where her other brother might be, because he's not in the Viscarium right now. But that's about all.
I just want to say that the only thing your father has posted in the last year on the Vescarium military boards, his personal page, it says like meat kebab near me. He was trying to Google something. He doesn't know how it works.
That sounds about right.
And then,
dear old dad.
Then his next post is like all caps is like, find meat kebabs close by. Yeah, so that
just says enhance.
I don't know. I suppose if you want to make a computer check, we can do a search infosphere to get some information. Do you have computers as a skill?
No, it is not trained.
Yeah, well, you can still try. I don't know if you'd be able to succeed.
D20 here.
Yeah, roll 20.
10.
You find no information in your cached.
But I didn't break the internet. So
no. Captain Concierge pops up and is like, oh, looks like you're trying to find out information while we're in the drift. Yeah, no, we don't have that much. Sorry. I try to always, when we connect to infospheres, update our logs. So we've got some news reports, things that have happened recently around Absalom Station. There's a lot of Absalom Station news centers there. I downloaded only a few 100 hours of the Zoe Media macabre game shows, everyone's favorite. They are celebrating the anniversary of their first live production, and they've been streaming over several channels, nonstop programming.
Yeah, the Eoxian version of Survivor's very different.
Non-survivor. who wins the ability to die?
That's right.
Yeah, as he's talking to you about the internet here, I think kind of the one of the first tasks, and you guys can, it doesn't require all of you to be working on the ship at all times, like on the deck, because there's 5 of you. You can probably do like a shift on, a shift off, on, off kind of thing, and then mix up who you're working with. So I would say probably 2 people on the deck any 8 hours here. But during one of the first in order here, Captain Concierge will pop up on multiple places throughout the ship, and guys, yeah, no, if you don't mind splitting deck duty with me, we can get some navigation decisions put in early. And like I said, you'll probably only need to do 1 8-hour shift per day, so you'll have a lot of other times to relax. But yeah, we're going to be doing some valuations of magical ship guidance operations, maybe to track our exit from the drift, find this probe's data, and put in this space rock's location. It is a very dangerous side of the diaspora. It's theorized it has about 9.5 million untracked asteroids over there, so we got to be on our toes if we cross paths with one. Who wants to take this first shift? This is going to be a more kind of navigation-oriented side.
I'll do it.
Okay. Who else?
I'll go. Mostly because Olithal doesn't necessarily trust the blind and deaf dog to pilot the ship properly.
Woof, woof. Here we go.
Well, it's mostly putting in coordinates here. So yeah, over the next couple of days, you guys will be able to gain navigation points in your ship crew actions. As the various things will come up, Captain Concierge will brief you upon them. And just basically see how you're doing as a crew. So each success, you get a single navigation point, and if you critically succeed, you get a couple. And if you critically fail, you have to remove a navigation point. So don't want to do that. Do not want to do that. Right. So, Captain Concierge, as you're putting in the navigational data, and the ship's sensor is trying to automatically filter out this techno-magical signal. Captain Concierge says, "Oh boy, this is going to be a short trip through the drift, but we don't know what can be out here. I feel like the Nova Rush is just not ready for what's to come. In fact, you guys don't seem to be taking the ship very seriously at all. This voyage could be dangerous. I need you. Well, first of all, whoever's staying on the bridge, you should probably buckle up, just for safety. If we get hit by something, you could be flying all over the place."
This guy's such a bossy boots.
I'm Captain Concierge.
Just let me do my job, Captain. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Selton. You buckle yourself in upside down. Yeah, no, I think after murdering all those pirates together, I think you do know what you're doing, Zeldin.
Yeah.
But I just want everything to go perfectly. So this first shift, I've got a checklist. Besides this navigational data, we got to make sure that every part of the ship is secure, and maybe you can give a little pep talk to the other crew members. Make them believe that we're going to have smooth sailing. But yeah, everything needs to be secured throughout the ship. Batten down the hatches, if you will. So if someone wants to stay up here, you can work on the computers. If someone wants to take a walk about the ship, I can explain all the parts of the ship if you guys are interested as well.
Yeah, that sounds great. I like walking. I need to go for a walk. I love walking.
If you take him for a walk, you better be prepared to clean up after it.
Yeah, you got to scoop though. I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm a good boy. I don't scoop my own poop.
I'm not a pooper scooper.
That's not what I do. Yeah, I'll do that and check in with the rest of the crew. Make sure everything's tip top, good to go. Everybody's in good spirits. Nobody's got any problems. There's not a big. Boy, that mattress is pretty dirty, huh? We're gonna need to power wash that thing, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to make a diplomacy check? Do you want to chat with folks about how you're doing?
I'll make a diplomacy check. Tell everybody all the hatches are battened down. Nobody has to worry about any open hatches. We're batting them all down. And I'm gonna just gonna ask if there are any hatches they've seen that are maybe unbattened, or
if you're a hatch, you have to identify
you have
yourself.
To tell me if you have a hatch. If you have a hatch that is not battened, we're gonna have problems here.
This is one of the simpler tasks here, chatting with people. DC 13, so this 17 you rolled is a success and a navigation point, which I will award you physical digital coins that are going to appear on the ship here. Let's see what I've got in my memory banks. Beep, boop, boop.
Is it a bored ape? Hope it's a bored ape.
I do not have those saved. I have the green Power Ranger coin in my digital library from when we played the Power Rangers RPG. So here you go. Boom. One navigation point.
I got one. Yeah.
Turn it upside down so it looks like a little ship, a little spaceship. All right, Drew, what would you do? What do you want to do for your crew actions here?
So you said there was magical stuff we could do to connect to, find our pathing for the drift?
Yeah, I think parts of astro navigation can be connecting magically to the ship's computer to, basically feel your way through where you're trying to fly. If you have a...
That sounds right up Olithal's alley, assuming that it's a role that I can do.
Yeah, and part of that is indeed if you want to analyze the signal that was coming out of this rock that they found on the far side of the diaspora, you can as well. Does Olithal speak any dead languages? Or undead languages?
He speaks Common, Kalo, Breathidan, Thalassic, Aklo, and Vesk.
That's a lot of languages. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Wait, that didn't click.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, that's a success. Yeah, so you spend the shift trying to sort through the data that was sent back by the Dwarven probe. And indeed, listening to the data stream that was coming out of this rock, it does seem to at least confirm what they already told you, which is maybe it is some ancient Eoxian language. You are not able to translate it, but you agree with their assessment. It's maybe some kind of code or number sequence that is being repeated. But you are able to put in some work to, once you guys leave the drift, navigate the area of the diaspora where this rock was found, which is kind of a dark area of the diaspora. You know, there are several parts that have space stations and things kind of clumped up, and you know, it's massive, and the distance between these rocks are not like in the movies. They are very far apart. So there are new rocks, even large rocks, being discovered all the time. Great. The next couple of checks will indeed be some more astro navigation. So potentially piloting stuff. What two crew members want to do the next shift? It cannot be Uethal or Zeldin.
Ithiel will go.
There's piloting. The Carter should be there.
Okay. Yeah, while you get off shift there, Zeldin, I think Captain Concierge will give you a little tour of the Nova Rush.
I was lying. I don't actually want to see what's on the Nova Rush.
Well, you're not going to see. You're going to hear it. It's through the magic of an audio podcast.
You're going to hear it through the magic of hearing aids.
Well, you know, this deck, Zeldin, we've got all the juicy bits on top of the ship. We've got
I turned my hearing aids
deck. We've got the bridge where we just were. We're walking away from it now. And then this is the mess hall, and all the bedrooms are right off of that. And then to the back of that, you've got the bridgeway over the upper cargo hold. And we're going to go downstairs now. Is that okay?
Sure.
I'm talking to Zeldin. You.
I turned off my hearing aids like a couple minutes ago, so
Okay.
I'm just sort of like nodding along and following.
Yeah, you can still kind of sense the hum of the holographic projectors throughout the ship that are
like a faint ozone-y kind of smell.
pushing him forward. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely burning dust and stuff as it's projecting on the ground. Another here, we're on the lower level now, and down here, well, we can start towards the back where you guys were held by the pirates in the escape pod, and then this room over here. This is the rec room.
Classic.
You got this big old creature. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think Captain Vidya Vane purchased this on a planet. It's very soft, or so I'm told. And we've got all kinds of...
Her name is Tavra. Her name is Tavra.
I don't know. The captain before Captain Firestorm was named Vidya Vane.
No. The big creature you're talking about. Pretty sure that's Tavra.
Oh no! Come down here and feel this. He'll point out the giant alien rug that's on the ground.
Oh, it's soft.
It is. That is what I'm told. I wish I could feel, but I can't. There is a giant curved window in this rec room that looks out. It is like underneath the bridge, so has a view of the front of the ship. And he will. Captain Concierge will lead you into the. What else we got over here? The med bay is right next to that, as well as the reactor access room. Are you medically trained, Zeldin?
Not even a little bit.
Oh, who's gonna patch you guys up if you get hurt on this voyage?
We have like magic, Dr. Magic. That's what we have. We don't have medicine, not per se, but Dr. Magic, yes. Wait, no, I do have medical training. I forgot. I do have medical training.
I forgot about those 8 years of medical school. Oh, that's good.
That was a different character. Sorry. I was thinking of a different character who did not have medical training.
Do you want to take a look around the med bay?
Sure, I'll sniff around, see what's up. Sniffing out some good drugs.
Make me a perception check.
13. Woo-hoo.
Can't
get those high rolls out today.
I think the stinkiest thing in here is indeed you can find a vial of bone serum in one of the cabinets here. That's not been used.
Bone serum.
Yeah. A magical level 2 serum indeed is a black sludge created from distilling Labrian bone matter. And it gives you, upon drinking it, void healing for an hour.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'll give that to someone else, I guess, because interestingly, that's something that I get just from my class. So,
Towards the aft side of the ship, he will also point out the control room. It has camera displays and monitors that look out over the exterior cargo crane on the outside of the ship and the interior cargo bay.
Oh man, you've been holding out on me. We got a cargo crane on this thing?
Yeah, I mean, we can. This thing, it's a small ship, but can move some pretty large cargo.
Man.
Even a smaller ship, if it would fit in this space here.
Y'all, we can get up to some real shenanigans with a little grabber arm on a ship. I feel like we've never had a grabber arm on a ship before.
All the shenanigans.
We can grab so much stuff. It's going to be great.
There's some spacesuits here and cabinets. Do you want to look around this area before you head out?
Sure. Yeah. I'll take a. See if there's any. Nope. Nah, it's all vision-based perception checks. It seems.
This is one of Captain Vidia Vane's favorite rooms. It makes me a little sad.
Still smells like her.
Does it? What does it smell like?
Farts mostly, but
yeah, that was Captain Vane.
That was her favorite thing. Favorite thing to do. She loved farting.
And she blamed it on the creaking of the ship, but
yeah.
I knew. We all knew.
You knew.
Right. So it sounds like the next shift is indeed going to be Miles and Tyler, Thayun and Lacartus. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Who wants to? It sounds like you both have potentially computers or piloting to put in. Does someone want to take the lead and the other person aid for that? Captain Concierge kind of splits his time and will come back to you and says, "Oh yeah, we're potentially going to have to move through this patch of uncharted diaspora, and we need to come up with a route once we drop out of drift drive travel. So yeah, we got to take a look at the controls of the ship. We got to program me with how to autopilot if need be."
Well, Lacartus, you did want to drift, so this is your chance.
I'm a drifter. Well, I mean, specifically, this is for when we come out of the drift travel and we'll be back in like regular PACT space and going through everything. So, but I mean, I'm also fine setting the coordinates. It should be relatively simple. Let me see what I can plug in.
Do you want to aid Miles with a piloting check or computers check?
What would be piloting on here? Is it?
It's its own skill. Like a lower skill. If you don't have it, you can use computers.
I don't have computers either.
You can use the nature or physical science lore as well to predict asteroid locations.
I don't have physical science on my list, but I do have nature, but I'm got 0 in that.
Well, it sounds like you have none of these skills, so it's up to you if you want to aid. It is.
Yeah, I actively was not a pilot for once in this freaking game.
Shoot me, Patrick. Who cares? Yeah, it's up to you. If you critically fail at aiding, you can kind of hurt Tyler's roll, but
I did a natural 15 on nature anyway.
Well, there you go. No, that is a success. So Tyler, you're going to get a +1 on this.
And am I doing computers or piloting?
Either or. You have just one better than the other.
Piloting's better.
Okay, then yeah,
we'll do that.
Feel free.
22.
Okay, not enough. Let me see here.
Not enough.
Piloting. Not enough for critical success.
Oh,
that is a success. So another navigation point. Sorry, imagine your best skill. You'll probably do pretty well.
It's like I rolled a 16 and I failed. Oh no.
Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to do that.
Nice lore.
Captain Concierge says, "You guys did a great job. Take a break now. Go relax. Kick it in the mess hall if you want."
While I was doing all those calculations, did Lacartus happen to come across that message that was in undead languages?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that's Captain Concierge has got in the ship's memory banks as part of the probe's data. Is this something you want to study?
I speak an undead language. I could take a look.
What language?
Something I know. Necrol, like
Mm-hmm.
the one.
The undead language. Yeah, do you have a intelligence skill you think might be appropriate for decoding an ancient language?
Well, I have a 5 in society and a 5 in occultism. Is occultism intelligence? Yes. So I could do, I feel like either of those would work. And considering this is undead, I would lean towards occultism, but what do I know about this game? I could be society's better.
Let's see here. 1 second.
And if it, I mean, the Oxyans also love magic, and I have a 5 in Arcana.
Ooh, aren't you multi-skilled? How about that, Tyler? How
Yeah.
about that?
Lacardus, a little nerdy, likes his intelligence skills.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a single check what you think would work best. I'll tell you what you can get from that roll.
Okay. This is an Eoxian report. I'm going to just go with society.
Okay.
I don't feel strong. 16.
Okay. I don't think that's unfortunately better than what like the dwarven scientists investigating this before you had come up with, but I think, I mean, you get very similar thing. It is what seems like gibberish. It is just like a bunch of like syllables, like parts of words, and then a lot of static in between. But I think that is enough to realize that it does seem like the signal is kind of turning on and off, or there's like periods where the probe was just not able to pick it up. So it is probably pretty faint, or perhaps there's some other mechanism that is making it not, it's not like a single continuous, like, warning beacon or something like that. It seems to be
Okay.
popping in and out. But yeah, that confirmed what they said. It seems to be encoded, or perhaps not all there. So
Yeah.
it might not be a mystery that you can solve this entire adventure. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lacardus would continue to work on it from different angles, but obviously that's all I got for now.
Tavra, you're up next in the rotation, and you have to be joined by Zeldin or Ulithal on the next shift.
What's the nature of the shift?
Great question. Grand question. I think it's a fairly normal kind of night shift, keeping through the drift, keeping alert and aware through the night.
A drift shift?
I mean,
Yeah, drifting,
Olithal is very good at that. So,
All right.
All right, so the two of you taking a shift together. Has Tavra and Ulithal said anything to each other this entire adventure so far? This is the first time you get to speak. What topics of conversation do you go for to get through a boring shift?
So, where are you from?
Kalo Mahoy kind of goes
Sounds
without
exotic.
saying. I mean, it's lovely. It's one of the greatest planets to ever exist, but it's
Not greater than the Vescarium and all of its planets, but nice try.
okay. We're gonna do this the entire night, or are we gonna try to?
I'm just kidding! Come on! No one on this ship can take a joke.
Perhaps if the jokes were funny.
I'm not very used to telling jokes to non-Vesks, okay?
I would have slayed on Vesk 1 through 3.
I thought that was hilarious.
Well, Thal speaks Vesk. Maybe he asks Tavra if she'll tell him a joke in Vesk to see if maybe the language difference matters.
But it is too racist to translate into English. So
Yeah, it only works in the Turning Scales podcast.
right.
Boy, howdy. Yeah, about 2 hours into your shift, and I'm just realizing that Captain Concierge's initials are CC, which is pretty funny how I notated it in my notes here. CC,
I
where's
thought that was on purpose.
Yeah,
Oh
I
no,
did
this
too.
is an actual character in Starfinder that we're using.
I was 100% certain that you'd made that up.
I went to start there.
I have a T-shirt with Captain Concierge on it that is in upstairs in my house right now.
Wait, is that who's on my I think I have the pin of Captain Concierge.
Yeah,
Oh, I think I did
yeah.
too.
I think I gave everybody one. Yes, this is the
Oh, that's who that is. Okay, cool. Yeah.
it was the Starfinder 2E playtest kind of like mascot, but
Mhm.
he's in the adventure and he's too cute not to use. He'll come back online. It's like, hey, it's me, CC. I don't want to interrupt you guys' conversation, but oh boy, it looks like we've got a rogue object out here in the drift that, well, we're in very dangerous collision territory for. So I'm unsure if our shields are strong enough to plow through this. It's about asteroid size chunk of debris. We're gonna have to deal with this immediately because if you don't find a solution, collision is imminent.
I recommend we go around it.
Okay,
Can we wake up Lacardus? He's like the best pilot we have, I think.
we don't have time. I need you guys to. I need you two to put your heads together and figure out a way. We're on a. But you're not like running into it, but you guys are moving in the same kind of general vicinity. So if you don't plan around it, it's possible that you'll hit the side of the ship, whatever this thing is.
Let's do this.
What would you like to do, Drew?
I was going to say, what are we doing?
This is where I don't know enough about what we need to do. So, you said nature is something we can do, or computers is something we can do.
If you want to just yank the stick to the side, or
what, right into the object?
no, the other direction.
To plot a safe course, well, actually, this is a fun use of a Pathfinder skill, survival. Or you can go for, I don't think anyone took this, but diaspora lore or drift lore. I think maybe Miles did have that. But if you want to just summon additional power to the shields, kind of reinforce it as a magical shield, you can use any of the magical skill checks to boost it up. So that's Arcana, Occultism, Nature, or Religion.
Okay. Tavra, I'm going to try to bolster the shields. See if you can navigate us around this thing.
Does Tavra have survival?
Nope. I have a -1 to survival.
Any of those magics?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Religion?
Oh, okay. Well, let me circle back
Oh, I
then.
do have religion. I'm trained in religion.
Oh, hey, there you go. Do you want to pray to Yogesh?
Moratosh and
Or to
Yogesh,
Moratosh?
yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
You see an aura coming off of Tavra, who's praying you don't mess up this roll. If you want to roll to assist, Rebecca, go ahead and roll religion. Okay. Again, not a critical success, but enough of a success to get +1, Drew, to your next roll.
All right. Well, I have survival. I could roll survival to try to navigate us around this.
Sure. I figure you'd have magic skills as well, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So, like, if bolstering the shields is one thing, is that good enough, or do we need to get out of it?
If you succeed, it'll be enough to indeed bounce this thing harmlessly off, or kind of deflect it.
All right, then
Like some kind of deflector shield.
We'll do some
Crazy as that sounds.
do some Arcana.
Oh boy.
Natural 20.
Natural. 20. Critical success means you get not 1, but 2 navigation points. Look at you, Drew. Navigating. Indeed, as you are
I told you I
typing
was good
your,
at this.
typing your magical code into the computer, and it isn't like a magical energy kind of rolls off of Ulithal's little fishy fingers. The entire console of the bridge begins to glow slightly, and if you guys can look at the feed of the ship from the outside, the shields turn from like a whitish kind of static where little bits of space dust are kind of colliding with the ship into a bright blue protective aegis, a magical shield that seems to cover the entire ship, bathe it in blue light. And as you do that, indeed, this object, which looks like a ship mangled into a piece of masonry or stone, it's about the size of a small building, is just harmlessly buffed away from the ship. Doesn't even collide. Captain Concierge appears on the magical console in front of you, Ulithal, and gives you the slow 6-handed clap, which sounds like a fast clap because they're all out of sync. It's like, way to go, Ulithal. Have you worked as a science officer or a magic officer on a starship before?
Never.
Well, you did a great job. I can't believe it. We're gonna be okay. I was very worried about the pirates attack drill, but you guys have been killing it the last day. So only one more day to go, and then we're there. Look at us. Look at us coming together as a crew through adversity. Right. So that is shift number 3 done. Tavra and Ulithal out. Who wants to take the next shift? Probably. You'll be this day leaving the drift, so do some flying through the diaspora, do some perhaps manual piloting.
Maybe the two piloter peoples, the captain and the pilot.
You are
and Cardigan
back to work.
Yeah,
volunteering not to do it yourself.
that's the idea. Yeah. I'm volunteering the other two people.
Yeah, towards the end of the shift is when you'll have to tap out of the drift. Miles, I did want to do this. Do you want to roll a D20 for me to see if you get kind of the after effects of drift travel?
Sure.
Ooh. Oh, well, I was only setting this for a 1 in 4 chance. So I think maybe in one of your rest periods, it felt a little nauseous. You saw this shadowy figure, kind of like humming, almost like, I use this expression a lot, I realized over the years in Cosmic Crit, but they look like one of those creepy little puppets from a Tool video, just like shaking really violently, or
the stop motion ones.
Yeah, or
I know what you're talking about.
A David Lynch kind of like monster in the background.
I know exactly what you're kind of talking about. The kind of clay looking creatures.
Yeah, but you're able to shake it off. No ill effects here. And as you come out of the drift back into the universe here, the stars show up in the viewfinder of the Nova Rush. And once more, you guys are in the diaspora. But this time you basically skipped over all the inner planets and have popped out on the far side of the universe.
Like a glove.
Captain Concierge comes back online and is like, well, it looks like we're entering kind of the outskirts of the diaspora here. So there's a lot of micro asteroids, some, size of pebbles, others murder balls. They can and do indeed get past our ship's shields. And if we get hit with enough of them over a short amount of time, we could take some damage to the hull. So if you guys want to engage and disengage the ship's thrusters to do some piloting checks, you can. If you want to look at the power regulators on the engine core, try to overclock them. I know Vidia Vane has done that in the past. Or what do you feel like you want to do?
Well, hopefully I can just pilot through the situation. I don't really want to put strain on our systems unnecessarily.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best.
I had a friend once who he overclocked his system, and oh boy, he was on the phone troubleshooting for forever. So there are real negatives when you toy with equipment the wrong way.
Cool. Well, go ahead and get on the sticks. Give me a piloting check. Pilot the ship.
All right, let's do a barrel roll.
Yeah. Sorry, Captain.
Not for real.
Ithaeon, don't even need you here. 14 is going to be a success and the 6th navigation point. The rest of the shift, pretty quiet here as you leave the debris field and go into maybe a bit of a denser cloud. Still not like the movies, but larger asteroids further and far away from one another. After Theun and Cardis are done, who wants to take the next shift?
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll go next.
Yeah.
I'll join you.
Oh, right. Let's do it.
Got any more Vesk jokes or what's Vesk poetry sound like? Write that up, Rebecca.
Okay, I'll work on that. Sounds like a downtime activity. Maybe she can get published.
That's one of those Veska jokes. Sounds like a downtime activity.
Oh, Captain Concierge comes online after a few hours through this shift and it's like, yeah, this asteroid field is a little more dangerous than I thought. It seems like as we're passing by closer to some of these things, rocks are getting caught in the wake of our ionized shielding, sticking around us kind of like a nimbus.
So you're telling me we're hanging a train here?
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a dangler behind our ship. We need to
got a little bit of a dingleberry going.
We need to blast this with some water jets. Does anybody want to get on the guns and make a?
Oh yeah,
an attack roll?
I'm good at making water gun shots. You know I'm good at shooting. Oh wait, Tavra, are you good at shooting? Do you know how to shoot something? Okay, then I'll do it.
I mean, I have 0 dex as well, but I can try.
Oh, well, yeah, someone needs to do it because those things, if they accumulate enough, when we stop moving, they might hit our back shields. So why don't you guys can both try it? Or has anyone done any mining work in the past? Mining lore might work here.
Not I.
No. Do I seriously have more dex than Tavra? I guess that makes sense.
I have 0 dex. Yeah, all of my points are in strength. So
we've got a real bang up crew, real bang up team for this particular.
Like hand-to-hand combat, I should be very effective. I don't know if I am, but
I cannot wait to destroy your starship.
Yeah, does warfare lore help me here? Yeah, no, I'll just take a shot, I suppose.
Sure.
Wish me luck. I'm just Oh, hey.
Natty one.
I rolled a 3, but
okay.
Yeah.
I think after this, Lacardis will just take like whatever those medications you take to stay awake, and he'll just.
I'm taking every shift.
I'm taking all the shifts.
Yeah. So Zeldin Gutter Young lines up the machine gun and like blasts this asteroid right into the back shielding of the ship. And Captain Concierge is like, okay, maybe you don't get to be the gunner anymore. Sorry, Zeldin.
Right?
Oh, Zeldin, man. Yes, you can. You can try. But that is a critical fail, which means we had one less. But you are able to save it, Rebecca, and get that one back. So we're still at 6. 6 successes here.
Nailed it.
Indeed, yes. There's the back of the ship. There's a sudden banging sound that echoes throughout the lower level as rocks kind of ricochet off the hull.
I shout down the corridor of the ship. It's supposed to do that.
Ships are made for this kind of stuff. It just like nails on a chalkboard. The next hour.
If you don't do this to a ship, sometimes it gets lazy. So you have to give it a little stress test every now and then.
Okay. Next shift, you guys are getting indeed a good deal closer to the point in the diaspora where this signal is coming from. So this might be the shift where you find what you're looking for. Who wants to take this next shift between Lacardis, Ulathal, and Ethayun?
I think I'm up.
Lacardis as well.
Alrighty.
We have to maybe land or.
This is good. I like getting mixes of crew here together. No, this one, Captain Concierge comes online and is like, good news. I think we've narrowed down the bandwidth on the initial probe's data, and we're getting indeed telemetry for what we think is sending this out. I'm going to pipe this image in to the holographic displays. This might be what we're looking for. The vid screens across the ship will show you all indeed what looks like perhaps your destination, a very odd looking rock. It seems like 2 semi-spherical asteroids fused together with a big crack down the middle, if you will. Just big bulbous asteroids. Big bulbous
bodacious asteroids.
Yes.
Asteroids is right.
I was trying to think of a synonym for asteroids that starts with an L, so I could call it a BBL. Big, bolsterous asteroids. Got it. L.
There you go. Nailed it.
But yeah, indeed, the signal that is coming from this rock, as the computer is getting it in real time, it seems strongest indeed along that seam between these two rocks. But initial scans, Captain Concierge is like, there doesn't seem to be anything here, just a bunch of rock. But we have a laser beam on board as a mining resource. We can try to cut that rock, and
There's a little bit of organic material stuck in that rock right there.
we just blast off some other rocks. Yeah, we got to bore down into this crack here.
It would probably be more efficient if there was like a water jet instead of a laser jet, but that's okay.
In space, do you hear yourself? That makes no sense.
We'll use the grabber arm to get it.
Pinchy, pinchy.
No, this will indeed be making a attack roll with the mining laser to shoot kind of like a section of this area here, or perhaps if anyone has a nature check, you can kind of use that to figure out how better to break apart these rocks, maybe with the arm of the Nova Rush.
I can roll nature.
Or you can jump into spacesuits and just take a look out there. Try to kick it off. kick it open. Whatever this thing is.
Rebecca, what are you doing?
What?
Oh my gosh. I'm so bad. So sorry. Roll 20 just populated your ranged attack.
Yeah, it did
Oh,
for
it
me
wasn't
too.
me. Sorry. That was from several minutes ago.
Yes, it was. I was just like,
Drew, this is just a success here. It looks like a 15 on a nature check. Indeed, I feel like between Lacardis's and yours manipulation, you don't even have to bust out the laser. It looks like indeed there are just some asteroids that seem to be stuck in said crack that you're able to break away delicately so they don't pop off of this rock and collide with the ship. And yeah,
Can you give us a courtesy flush while he's at it?
this takes this takes a few hours, but afterwards Captain Concierge will call everyone to the bridge for the final shift here, where he's like, it looks like you guys have made it. That was wow, you guys made it. I gotta imagine in pretty record time here, Captain. It was a pretty good idea heading through the drift. We shaved off a lot of time, and heck, if we could figure out what this thing is, we might be home and get done with the job within a week. Oh,
That's the dream.
indeed, it looks like as you break apart the rocks here, the seam kind of breaks away. There is a fissure between these rocks that looks constructed. It is a space large enough for your ship to enter and land. Room to spare, indeed. You can just Nova Rush right in.
I'll take us in.
Indeed, it looks like a large
Just a
pocket in between. You
A
see
prison pocket, one might say.
you look through the ship's viewports and it looks like a constructed space station. It does not look like rock on the inside.
It smells awful.
Oh boy. We got in the weeds, as you will. But yeah, Captain Concierge is amazing enough for everyone. He's like, whoa, I did not expect to find that. I thought we were just going to be mining this thing. Oh, what? It's some kind of facility between these two rocky, cheeky
Okay, I'll stop. Sorry.
butts. I'll say it. Everyone was thinking it. Captain Concierge is like in front of the holographic display of this thing. It's like, come on, look at it. We've all got them. We've all got them.
This story is to be continued on the next episode of Cosmic Crit. You've been listening to the Cosmic Crit podcast. The Starfinder role-playing game and its adventure paths are trademarks of Paizo. All Pathfinder and Starfinder images are property of Paizo and used with permission.